Hello, everyone, and welcome to In the Know 360, show hosted by me, Annette, the warm hearted warrior diva. This show gives you insights on the journeys of high achieving business owners and music artists who share with our audience the importance of building a strong community of like minded individuals on the road to greater success. Today's show is a collaboration between In the Know 360 and Rashid.
What's going on?
Thank you for joining me today, sir. So, Rashid is a rap artist from Chula Vista, San Diego, California. In 2012, Rashid started writing lyrics in his notebook and he released multiple songs in 2019. His latest singles released in 2023 are Move Your Feet Now and Lemme Not. His hobbies are making art and staying on the grind. And what type of art are we talking about besides music?
When we're talking about art, I'm talking about like painting, I like to paint. That's one of my hobbies.
Okay. Like any specific, like acrylic, oil, any type of like specific type of painting?
Honestly, with any type of paint, all paint, spray paint, anything that involves paint, I'm with that.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Spray paint. You know, this, this is a sidebar. You kind of bringing me back to my college years, right? I'm not gonna tell my age, but
Solid.
I had bought this 1988 Volkswagen Fox, right? Because I was going to school full time and I had like two jobs, two or three. Well, anyway, so I bought it from a private owner, and it's a nice little, Fox. Volkswagen don't make Foxes anymore. They make like Jettas. I think that's the smallest, but it had like rusty wheel. It wasn't chrome. It was like the wheel. It was rusty. So what I had to do was I went to the store. I think it was Ace Hardware, and I bought me chrome. It said chrome on it, spray paint, and that was my first experience spray painting the rusty wheel. It actually turned out pretty good.
You got to learn from somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I taped the tire and then I just sprayed chrome on the wheel. So I mean, it worked. It worked. So I have several questions for you. The first, yeah, the first question is, who or what inspired you to start your career in the music industry?
Honestly, I feel like my inspiration came from growing up in Chula Vista and all the things that I would see and everything that I've been through growing up, with my family and everything around me. It kind of just gravitated to me, and I kind of just kept going from there.
Oh wow! So does any of your family members like sing or play instruments or like anything musically?
Um, Honestly, no. I did have some cousins that would, try to make songs and like in their high school days, but they never pushed on with it. So I kind of kept going with it.
Oh, okay, okay. That's what's up. So, can you recall the exact moment that you knew you wanted to pursue this career path?
That was definitely in my middle school days. I remember I had a group of homies and we would always just sit there in school at lunchtime and just write in our books and just start freestyling. And that's when I was like, you know what? Like, I want a future and my future being making music, and I want to push on with that. So that's kind of where it got me to the mindset of like, I'm gonna keep doing this and I'm not gonna stop, and I keep grinding for it because that's what I want.
Wow, middle school, that's dedication. I
Yeah.
mean, you already knew that's what you wanted to do, right?
Uh,
What age? Like 12 or 13? Something
Around there.
like. Okay, okay. What challenges have you faced despite your journey in becoming this music artist?
I say one of the biggest challenges is thinking people are your friends, but you'll start to realize they're not when they start to hate on your music because you're doing better
Mm.
than they are. And that's when it gets rocky because it's like, you think your biggest supporters, your biggest people who are there for you in the
Mm-hmm.
music business, and they end up flaking off. So it's like that takes a toll on you, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because it starts to make you feel like it's really yourself in it, you know.
Yeah. It is personal. Business is
Yeah.
personal, that's for sure.
Yep.
Um, yeah, unfortunately, that's how it goes sometimes. It can be lonely, but hey, just keep going. And I'm wondering how you persevere despite these challenges.
I say, every time I dropped a new song and you get new fans and different people that's coming from different part of the world, I say that's what really motivates you to just block it out, you know. You're
Mm,
always gonna have more people that come to you, you know, in a good way, you know, for what you
mhm,
do and what you love. So it's like you can't stop, you know, you gotta keep going.
mm. That's so true. Yeah. I mean, you're always going to have those that are for you, that rock with you. So, I mean, more power to you. Keep going. And
Yeah.
what was your best collaboration?
I say my best collaboration was I have a artist from San Diego. His name is Young G. That's his artist name. We had a music video right here in Chula Vista, right there, like in my hood, you know, where I'm from. So I think that was probably my best collaboration, knowing that I got a feature with a top known, you know, San Diego artist who was able to get on my song.
Okay, I can't wait. That's so dope. um, Name three artists that you would love to open up a show for.
I would definitely love to open up a show for Mr. Sancho. We
Oh,
got
okay.
we got MC Magic, and we got a artist from Dago. His name is Siete Gang Yabi.
Oh, wow. Well, I need to look. I'm on the East Coast, so
Oh yeah, definitely
there,
gotta
there.
tap in with the Dago artist for sure.
That's dope. Okay, okay. And so, besides what I mentioned about you, who is Rashid?
When I think of Rashid and when I think of myself, I think of a humble person who's seen a lot and been through a lot, and you'll
Mm,
definitely hear it in my music.
mm, mm. Yes, I mean, I listened to the latest singles, and so we'll get into that. But yeah, definitely, I did hear it's. You have like a unique voice.
I
Yeah, I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to pinpoint what artist you kind of remind me of, but it's a mixture. I
Yo, yeah,
have,
I'm very
yeah,
versatile.
I can see. Do you read music or play an instrument?
I actually can read music when it comes to music notes
Uh
because
huh.
I used to play the trumpet. You know, I was really good playing the trumpet for about 4 years. Not for
Uh
like, you know, just it was kind of just came to me. I was like, you know what? I want to learn something. I was growing up, started
huh.
playing trumpet, but I got real good with it, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I did hear a little bit of that jazz feel
Hmm.
on that song. What is it? Uh, what you? I'm sorry. Move your feet now. Yeah.
Come
I
on.
yeah. It had like that whole jazz feel to it. So I was gonna ask you that.
Yeah, definitely has that vibe to it for sure.
um, what steps do you take when creating your music?
One of my first steps is I like to, if I know I'm gonna work on a song for the next day, I'll ghost everybody because I like to have my mind clear
Hmm.
without any, you know, bullshit and a bunch of negative energy. So I like to keep it clear, and I'll just sit there for the whole day and I'll just write, you know.
Wow. I bet your English teacher loved you.
Oh yeah, she did. She did. All of them did. That's for sure.
Like, come on, Rashid, I need you to do a novel with me.
Oh yeah, I remember one time I had to do a commercial for one of my teachers in class in my high school days.
Wow. I can definitely see that.
Yeah,
Like,
it was pretty cow.
was it like do you have like poetry? Do you write poetry as well?
I don't do poetry.
Oh, okay. Okay. I love poetry.
I've got told that I should, but you know, it's just not my thing. You know, I'm more of a rapper and a writer. You know,
Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, it goes together like peanut butter and jelly.
it does. It does. Hey, you might be the person to make me start doing some poetry.
Hey. I love poetry. I write poetry on the side sometimes, so
Oh,
I
nice.
have my share. I usually write poetry when I'm going through stuff, just like I'm sure music artists they go through things and write their lyrics. So, but yeah, I can definitely see that. Uh, now I'm thinking of Love Jones. Okay, moving on. Do you like the virtual or in-person platform and why?
I definitely like the in-person platform better for the
Yes.
reason of people can judge you differently from what they see on social
Mhm.
media platforms. And I love the way that I get to interact with my supporters and people who love my music in person, just walking around my city or, being anywhere throughout out and about, definitely getting them to see who I am as a person in person is definitely more of a better feeling than me expressing myself on social media platforms.
Most definitely. Yeah, I totally agree. It's something about just like texting, right? I don't really care for I mean texting is okay, but like I like the phone call,
Right.
right?
That's
Or
what I'm
like
thinking.
a video type of chat as opposed to just texting cuz you know, anybody can make up stuff.
Right.
So think back to a situation when it was difficult to meet a project deadline for like a music, right, that you're putting out. What did you learn from your experience?
I say one of those positions where I felt that way is when you're working on tracks by yourself and you also
Mm,
have a lot of artists who's coming at you with like, hey, you want to hop on this feature, and you say yeah because it's like the track sounds cool, but it's like at the end of the day, it's about time, and all the time that you spend on all that stuff kind of slacks you off on the end. So you kind of
yeah.
realize, you just gotta prioritize your time, and before you say yeah so quickly, you gotta realize you gotta get stuff done on your own too.
Mm. So you're like a one man show doing everything, or do you have someone you connect with like producer wise or beat uh
I do have
system?
producers. I have a couple producers. That goes one of my homies. He goes by Mr. Crime. He's also an SD rapper. Um, I go to him. I record my songs there. I have another producer. His name is Manny Fresco, out here in San Diego too.
Okay.
But everything else is other than myself. Just getting it done. I used to record my own songs by myself and try to master it out, but that's when I was like, nah. You gotta get some money. You gotta go to the studio. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah, you can't be sitting here. I'm not a producer. I'm an artist. I'm a rapper. I can't be doing all that stuff.
Right. That is very, very true. Like, you just have to focus. One of the artists, his name is Savage D 1000, and he said that he just wants to make music. That's it. And
And
then
I feel
have
that. I feel that for sure because it's a lot trying to learn how to produce and learn how to better yourself as an artist at the same time. That's for sure hard. I got to give props to Kanye West because I cannot be doing that right now.
man, yeah, yeah. I still love Kanye West.
Oh,
Whatever,
yeah.
I don't care what the society says. He's still the man to me. So
The music is definitely there for sure.
Um, so share an experience illustrating your communication style, which makes you an effective artist. We already know you have phenomenal communication style because you're a writer.
Right. I would say being a black Latino person, having black and you got Latino with you too, that kind of betters your communication status because you know how to be in that crowd of different people, especially
Mm.
living in Chula Vista, moving around the world. I lived in the Bay Area for like 3 years in the yacht. So it's like definitely get to know how to communicate better with different people.
Mm. So the best of both worlds. I love
Right.
it.
Yes.
Can't you remind me of Spider-Man, Miles Morales?
Right.
That's the first thing that came up in my mind when I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, he's Miles Morales. I need to tell my son. I have a 19-year-old, and we watch Marvel. I love Marvel, DC Comics, so that's our thing.
I can see it.
So, how do you stay motivated in producing new inspiring music?
one of the biggest things that motivates me to keep going is definitely just seeing the love automatically when you post a new song. You got everybody, posting themselves with your music or just vibing out at the beach, feeling a vibe that they can really connect with your music. And that definitely makes me keep on wanting to go harder.
Yeah. And they're standing guard watching to see what's next.
Right,
You know?
right.
So that probably motivates you to say, okay, I need to get my notepad out, see
Oh,
what I
yeah.
can do.
Oh, yeah. Because it definitely feels good when you motivate other artists, too, to keep pushing, because I know how it is to be an artist. You definitely get those unmotivated times. But when you see
Mm.
other artists, keep grinding, it kind of pushes you to keep going.
Yes, most definitely. So, speaking about the inspiring music, right? You recently came out with the songs entitled "Move Your Feet Now" and "Lemme Not Lemme Not." What was the inspiration behind the songs?
Well, but Let Me Not, it's kind of a hectic story, but I had an ex at the time, and I just started, I was cheating around that time, talking to another girl. So I
Oh,
kind of made that song to like see if I can throw it out there without getting in trouble, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to test my limits, like let me see what I can just mix up, just throwing a couple things. But I was just feeling myself at that time.
okay, okay.
Definitely with Move Your Feet Now, it was kind of a just summertime vibe. I wanted something that people could dance to, feel good to, boys and girls.
Okay, yeah, I love it. It reminds me of, and I'm trying to get the era of that. I think it was in the 20s. I like to say the Roaring 20s, where you had the juice box and
Oh
just
yeah,
dancing. So that's the feel it gave me. I
for sure.
love it. What is the first thing, right, you listen for in a new recording?
When I'm recording, I like to play it back at least like 200 times just to hear, extra breathing, or you might hear like a little clank in the back of something knocking over. So I try to listen for
Hmm.
any background noise and try to just edit that out to the side.
Okay. Do you also do clean version of your music?
I don't, but I've gotten told that I should do that just so I can get more radio play on those type of songs.
Yeah, because like from my understanding, it's a lot of money for these radio stations to do clean version. So if you
Right,
have it, you can have the raw and then the clean version, and then you'll be good to go. I mean,
right.
I know that's what I was told.
I'm
Plus,
definitely gonna have to start doing that. That's for sure.
yeah, and hook up with the DJs for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
um, what is one important lesson that you've learned in working in the music industry?
An important lesson I would say is that kind of watch who you make a song with is kind of a
Mm.
big thing, because you end up making a song with the wrong person and things can break off in the end. And it's like it comes to those two big choices. You either can delete the whole song or continue to keep that song up, but that can come with consequences. In the end. Just from the situation that you guys are in. So that's probably a big thing I would say.
Mm. Wow. Yeah, definitely, most definitely, because it's like having. I mean, it's a relationship. It's personal. So, like for instance, you have your profile set up, and then you have your significant other at that time, and then you had to change your whole
Right.
delete your page. So,
Even just watching who's in your music videos, watching who you make a song about, that's something that you can definitely you might regret here or there.
mm, yeah, that is so true. How do you now like decipher or figure out if you want to make music with a person?
For me, it's more like if I can tell who you are as a person and I see, your morals, what you stand on, that's what makes me like, all right, I might just tap in with them. If I see they're really hungry for it and they're not just doing it, just for the fun of it.
Oh, okay. serious inquiries, right?
Right.
That's for sure. So, if you weren't producing music, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't doing music right now, believe it or not, I'll probably be the best soccer player in San Diego right now, doing worldwide trips, because I've always grew up playing soccer and I'm pretty good at it right now.
Wow. See, you could go worldwide. You could be in the Olympics. You never know.
You
Just
never
saying.
know.
Just saying. Do you still play it sometimes or?
If I'm, on a casual day, maybe it's a family outing at the park, I'll kick the ball a little bit, but I'm not really practicing my soccer skills as I used to back in the day.
Okay. So you played in school too?
I played in school. I used to play on the team, but that's just growing up. They want to hate on you because you're, a black person by eyesight. Playing soccer in a more of a Latino area.
Oh wow. That's okay. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Hmm. That's very interesting. I mean, because I guess if you want to say, a lot of people call it football instead
Hmm.
of soccer, but
Right.
yeah. So that's really interesting, the dynamic between society, like social determinants.
Hmm.
Um, how has the internet and social media influenced your music career?
I say it's helped me a lot because I grew up knowing and seeing all these other artists and different celebrities promoting their music, so it kind of took a toll on me too, on how to promote it. And you get to there's so many ways on social media that people don't even recognize yet, and ways that
Mm.
you can promote your music, and they help a lot because right now it's not like the '80s where it was no social media and you got to go to bars and perform and stuff. Like, it's different now. There's different things like this right now. How I seen you, from Instagram, it's a blessing. Being able to have these opportunities to promote yourself.
Yes, most definitely. And a lot of artists, they don't want to be in front of the camera, or they're like, oh, I could just post a couple of things and be done with it.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely changed now. Don't get it twisted. Look, there's some guys that still sell the CDs, or they ask for
Oh yeah.
donation at the gas station. I mean, you can still do it. The people that still do that stuff, go out to the gas station and promote their stuff. That still
Sure.
works.
And that definitely works. There is a lot of old heads and even young cats who don't they don't have SoundCloud and Spotify, iTunes. They have a CD player, maybe an Xbox or a PlayStation that they can just pop in the CD. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they need to bring the CDs back.
Oh yeah. Oh
Well,
yeah.
because Spotify, like, unfortunately, what did it is it it's less than a penny when you stream it. You only get like what, not even a 0.01 or something cent.
Yeah. You need a real big amount of plays just before you even get something for Spotify.
See, CD $15. No,
Yep.
I'm just saying.
No, it makes sense. So it's true.
um, or any donation is better than less than a penny. But
Right.
anyway, if you could change anything about the music industry, what would it be?
But the one thing I would probably change is I know how it is. Like, I can see it, when artists get so big in the music industry and they get signed by a record label. I wish that the record label would give the artist more of a more saying in what they're signing into.
Mm.
I feel like once they sign in to that label, they have so much power over those artists. And I wish that it can still be, 50-50 if anything.
Mm. Yeah, that's so true. I don't know, like, the intricate details about ownership with your music, with the royalties. So you said, like, usually it's probably 80-20 or something of that sort.
Hmm.
It's like a double-edged sword, because, like, if you was to sign up with a music label, you'll get like the cloud, you'll get like known, right?
Right.
But then, I'm wondering, is there a possibility of doing independent afterwards, or
Hmm.
that's just kind of, because you have your reputation by then.
Right.
So what do you think about that? Like,
But like it's kind of crazy because like a lot of the times when you get signed by a big record label, they might, give you so much recognition and so much money to flaunt yourself, but most of the times in the end it comes with you having to pay that back with either
oh,
more songs that you drop or just paying them money that they gave you in the first place back to them. So it's kind of a lot of record labels could be kind of shady, and I
mm,
wish it was more, both parties have the same type of ownership, but it's really just, you know, scratch my back, I scratch yours, but on some 50-50 stuff.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's too bad. Well, hopefully, they get wind of all the independent artists, and you guys do so much work, so much talent
Yeah.
out there. Um, so where do you find your inspiration?
I find my inspiration honestly by a variety of artists, even by the flows they use, the beats they use, how they, harmonize on the beat. I find it by just day to day, walking outside, shenanigans, you just outside. You see things, a lot of things give you inspiration when it comes down to music for me.
Oh, wow. Okay. What like the environment, or I'm just trying
Well,
to.
the environment for sure. It definitely
Wow.
makes you see things differently, and once you're able to express that in a harmonizing in a good way in a song, it definitely comes together.
Wow. Well, you guys are close to the beach, so
So close to the beach, but you barely see it, and that's the same from my homie Ryan Anthony. It's so true.
yeah, beach is the place to go to do that harmonization. Trying to tell you, I need to go to the beach one day.
Right.
but but yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful in San Diego.
Definitely have
Uh,
some nice beaches out here.
I definitely need to check out Chula Vista one day too.
Oh yeah.
So, so what's the best advice ever given to you?
I say the best advice that was given to me was by one of my homies, the SD rapper Mr. Crime. She told me a while back ago, like, you should stop, working so hard on big albums because that takes a lot of time. And it's better if you just work hard on a good single and just keep dropping singles because you can keep it up and you can spend more time working on each individual single.
Mm, wow, that's some good gems right there.
Oh yeah.
So
Definitely. No,
oh, go ahead. Oh, sorry.
no, you're good. I just want to say it definitely helped me out in the long run.
Wow, that's great. Shout out to him. So, um, I'm just curious because I know a lot of artists they put out singles, right? Can you usually take these singles and compile it, like do a compilation as an album or like a mixtape, maybe?
You could, yeah, you can definitely, even if you want to spend that extra time of working hard on on a single and just making it to a mixtape, even if it's a short one, even 4 songs or 5 songs, or you can go crazy with like the 12, 13 songs, It's definitely kind of what you feel like at the time. But you can definitely do that for sure.
Yeah, I can definitely see you doing something like that.
I do have an album, but it
Mixtape.
was from a couple years ago. I definitely feel like I'm gonna make one upcoming because I got a lot of singles in the vault that I want to just bring out.
Oh, I bet. I bet. And can you explain a little bit about like having your music in the vault? Because I know, like for instance, Jay-Z has a lot of music in his vault, and he doesn't want to release it, right? But I'm just wondering, what is the I guess thought process behind that? You know, if you
I
have.
say one of the main thought processes about that is because as an artist, you kind of see it's better to drop your song at the right time because let's say you drop a song when 4 other artists are like, all right, I'm about to drop my song January 1st and you want to drop it around that time, you kind of get less of a spotlight on that single.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
also when, certain songs have different vibes around different times of the year. It's like you wouldn't want to drop a Christmas song on a Halloween type of timing. It's like different songs have different. You kind of feel like, all right, I'm gonna drop this song for summer. Maybe drop
Uh-huh.
this song for fall because people was outside. People was walking around, they want to bump something, So you kind of get different ideas of when to drop songs for certain dates.
Oh wow. It sounds like metrics. You have to take, metrics on the seasons and just like
Uh,
the feel of, but it's like a kind of like gambling too.
it
I
is.
guess like
It
forecasting
is.
or stock market because you don't know like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drop it on January 2nd. Like nobody's gonna drop it on January, the same kind of genre or same kind of feel, right? And then
Right.
somebody else comes in and it's like it's a catch 22. How do you like what's your methodology on it?
I kind of just go with like, I kind of find the right time when I kind of, what I do really is like, I'll let artists drop their songs. I'll let all these artists drop their songs, and I'll kind of see what they're all vibing to, see what the fans, especially in my city, are vibing to. Then I'll drop a song that's like, all right, no, I know for sure they're gonna rock with this because they've been rocking with so and so.
Oh, okay, okay. That's very interesting. And do you like because a lot of people have like great minds think alike. So
Right.
in like for collaboration purposes, do you tend to lean more towards music artists that kind of have your sense of feel, your kind of flow, music flow?
I honestly, as an artist, I like artists who have a completely different flow, or maybe they're like
Hmm.
they have something about them that's different that no other artist can match. It can be from flow to their voice, accent, certain things that might add, an ad lib that's like their thing. I kind of go for
Oh,
that because it definitely makes it like you're not hearing, the same type of song throughout the whole song. It's kind of different. That's what I definitely enjoy when it comes to finding collaborators on songs.
wow. And for beats, right? This is what I've learned that sometimes you think you're getting like an exclusive beat, but then in the fine print it says, well, it's exclusive to you can do whatever you want to do with it, but I'm still gonna sell these beats to different music artists. So
Right.
now you have your song, right? And it's a dope song. Everything is great, but then you have like music artists making their own their own lyrics to it, and it's like, wait a minute, that don't sound, because you're so used to hearing the beat with your lyrics.
Mhm.
What is your experience with that? Like,
I've had an experience like that, and I actually I bought a beat a couple years ago, and he sold it to me like it was a exclusive beat, and I'm thinking it is, but once I hit him up like, hey, why is people still making beats, with this beat? He's like, you should have read everything all the way, and he's basically said like, you bought this beat, but anybody else who wants to buy it, they can buy it too. Like I was like, all right. That's when it's like you really got to make sure you read all the fine prints and every detail because they'll get you.
uh-oh. Okay, here we go. We got excited there. Go ahead.
But
I'm
yeah,
sorry. Mhm.
you'll definitely get to. I say just read all the prints and make sure you know what you're getting yourself into because you can definitely get in a position to where you're out in the open. Like, all right, why is everybody using my beats? And the whole time they said it in the fine print like that's what we agreed on. So
Yeah.
I would read everything before you just up and buy a beat thinking it's gonna be exclusive.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. How do you combat it though? Like after your song was out there, like what did you do to make it better or I don't know, like different than the other songs that have the beat?
I say you just gotta go 10 times harder on that beat and make sure everybody knows. Because once you end up going so hard on that beat, everybody else that made that beat's like, all right, maybe or the ones who are considering getting that beat, they start to think like, all right, maybe I shouldn't just buy this beat because he already went too crazy. Ain't no way I'm gonna steal that spotlight from them.
Yeah, that's so true. Or they could be, singing Baby Shark and on that beat. I'm just being funny, but I'm just saying that it goes
Right.
viral. Then it goes viral, and it's like, wow, I put in so much work in this with this beat and Baby Shark lyrics is, it's going viral. Mine is.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just like it just it's very fascinating because I see a lot of people utilizing beat, but not necessarily for music, not
Yeah.
necessarily to rap to or to sing to. Um, I see them just using it for like marketing. To be honest with you,
Right.
which is very interesting to me. I was like, oh, okay, or like a soundtrack of their own, I don't know, podcast or whatever the case may be.
And it's crazy because a lot of producers, they get paid just by the thousands of people who are just listening to the beat. You don't even got to use the beat. They're already getting so much money from you just playing the beat over and over and over, and you just upping up the plays on YouTube or, you know, things like that, you know?
Yeah, maybe think about doing the Baby Shark song in a different kind of. I have I have kids, so that's all I think about. Um, so what's next for Rashid, and what message would you like to give your fans and up and coming artists?
What's next? Definitely, I got a whole bunch of tracks coming in. I got a whole bunch of singles. I got some features in the vault that I know my city, San Diego, is not ready for, aka Dago. You know what I'm saying? But for some advice, I would definitely say to keep on going and keep pushing. You're definitely gonna have a lot of obstacles you have to overcome, a lot of haters, a lot of, maybe even family members who put you down. But as
Mm,
long as you know what you want to do and you
mhm.
know with your mind what you want to do, you can do anything. That's for sure. Just keep pushing and never stop.
I love it. I love that. So, uh, like shortly, when are you doing an event, or I know you said that you have some stuff that's being released. What dates should we look out for?
I have no dates that I'm publicly announcing yet,
Okay.
but I know I do have a show that's gonna be in Moreno Valley next month, and I'm
Oh,
gonna I'm a I'm gonna end up posting about the flyer and about what's gonna be going down. So it's definitely gonna be a crazy event, and that's for sure.
wow. So you said it's gonna be next month in March? I'm sorry, February?
Yeah,
Okay. You don't have the date yet. You just
I
have.
I have a date, but I'll post that on my
Okay.
platform, and everybody will be able to see it. I'll make sure to tag you too. Maybe you can
Yeah.
post it too. But it's gonna
Yes.
be sick though for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. Let me know, tag me on all your, latest things, and I'll share it here on this platform. Most definitely. So where can I mean, besides the stuff that I put out already, where do you want people to reach you?
You can definitely reach me on Instagram. That's where I answer text messages. Or you can hit my Gmail if you want to Gmail, email some beats or whatever at dmeloyoungin@gmail.com. But other than that, I'll get back to you if I could.
Okay, okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Rashid. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment
Oh
to
yeah.
view all the episodes of NNO 360. We are actually live right now on YouTube and Facebook and hopefully Instagram because I just plugged Instagram in. So hopefully that will feed through. This is also going to be posted on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Twitter as well. Let's continue to support the Unity for Social Justice, please. Let's free Masayo and all our brothers and sisters that need our support. This has been a broadcast of showing love, full circle between NNO 360 and Rashid. Thank you. Hold tight, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Have a wonderful day.
You
Salute.
too.